What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode here at Ground Zero. And in this episode, we'll be discussing this 2006 Audi A6. And this thing actually has higher miles. It has 191,000 miles. And I just got it from the auction today from Odessa. So as you can see, 06 A6, 191,000 miles. And this thing drives great. It drives beautiful. So what we're going to do is start by taking off these guys here. Take off all these stickers. Usually I do this with every car, First thing, take off the stickers, and then I'll take a razor blade and clean up the residue that was left over. But let's take off all these guys. And then I just noticed that. Looks like somebody hit it or something. Took some liquid nail and used liquid nail to glue it back down. And you can see Liberty Import. It's a bigger dealer. I don't buy from small dealers, only big dealers. Think about it, if you buy from a smaller dealer, there's gotta be something wrong. They're in the business of selling cars. So this is another thing that's gonna be nice. Take off all this plasti dip. And whoever did this did a good job of doing the plasti dip. Because you do it thin and you can never peel it off. You'll peel, it'll rip off. You peel, rip off. This bigger stuff, I bet you just literally pull. Look at that. Comes off way easier. See how easy that is? Look at it. Could literally do the whole rim, just about. Look at that. Okay, well, now I'm getting carried away. So, leave that for another time. But, got the stickers off. And this thing's got a little bit of rust going on here. I don't know what that all is. A little bit there too as well. It's got a dent right there. That's popping out a little bit. But for the most part, with higher miles, thing isn't too bad. Same over here. A little bit of rust starting. So I have to figure out what to do with that. Maybe what I'll do is, I don't know if I want to undercoat this. I don't know. I'll figure something out with that. But as of now, I got to get going. It's later in the day. And I'm going to be driving this tonight because it's supposed to snow tomorrow. So with that being said, I'll see you guys tomorrow. And we'll continue working on the Audi A6. I'm actually gonna have my detailer come here and start detailing it. He's actually on his way right now. So, should be here pretty soon, but while he's detailing the inside, what I'm probably gonna be doing is taking all this plasti dip off. This really doesn't need a whole lot of work either. Tires are fairly good on it. They're hand-cooked tires. Let's see how the back are good too as well. So that's a plus. High miles. The thing isn't, body isn't perfect on it by any means, right? It needs a little bit of work, but once it's all cleaned up, it'll be looking a whole lot better than what it is now. That's for sure. So with that being said, why don't we get into it? When my detailer gets here, show you how he goes about detailing the cars and whatnot. And then I'll be doing that plasti dip, taking off the plasti dip off the wheels. So let's get right into it. And I'll set you guys up on a time lapse. So I've got the first one, front rim cleaned off pretty good. What I used was a little bit of thinner in a spray bottle, but you gotta be careful. What I think the previous owner did was spray this with just some spray paint, and then when I used the thinner, it peeled out some of it off. But I'm gonna have to repaint this wheel probably and refinish it a little bit. Then this side, still gotta do the back one. And also the front. Interior is looking pretty good. He's still cleaning it all. Vacuumed all the carpets, shampooed them, used the steamer to clean all the door panels and everything. So it's looking a lot better. After this, soon we'll be getting to the outside, and then we'll have to do the outside of it and wash it all. And we'll be able to see how the body looks. This right here, I think I'm gonna leave this plasti dip because plasti dip it's a pain to get it off. I'm gonna leave these badges black too. I don't think it's worth taking it all off. I'm just gonna leave them the way it is. So let's continue and we'll finish this thing up. So this is how it looks. The plastic tip came off pretty easy, but right here, I mean, I still got to go through with this. I'm gonna do this another day, tomorrow probably. Take a little bit thinner, but be quick with it so it doesn't eat away the paint on the rims. So I'll have to do that. Also, something about this right here, I'll do this, might just touch up. Not much I could do with that. But check out the interior. Interior came out really good. Front and the back, it's kind of cool how it has the Audi there, the light. And then got the whole thing washed too. So from what it was to what it is now, it's a huge difference. It's always gonna be a selling point for a customer. So on Monday when I come back in, we'll probably pick up on this and do the final touches in order for it to be ready for photos, and then we'll list it and get it sold. Back on this Audi, what we're gonna do now is do something about this. Probably take a spatula, just clean this off, and then I got some of this rocker guard. So what we'll do is we'll run a tape line on here, and then we'll spray the rocker guard underneath just to cover this up. I mean, this is just because it's peeling the paint, but this is just surface rust too. But throwing on this rocker guard will clean it up and make it look a whole lot nicer. And then same with this side too as well. Do the same thing. Take a spatula, clean this guy off right here, see that? And then undercoat or throw the rocker guard underneath this. So let's get into it and get it done. So after using this rocker guard spray paint for underneath, that's what it ended up turning out to be. It actually turned out very well. This is the first time that I used the rocker guard, that Duplicolor stuff. Usually I just use undercoating, but this side obviously is a little bit worse because of the rust that's there, but that made it look 10 times better. And it looks almost like it's factory too. Looks like a trim piece. So if you step back over here once, see it? Looks pretty good. So after that, I'm just gonna do this off camera. Just clean up the little bit of residue from the plastic dip. Clean that off, front and back. This one's actually worse. See all that junk. So I'll get to doing that, and then after that it'll be done. And I just gotta wait for the title to come in, and then this will be listed up for sale. So I'm gonna take care of that right now. Now that we clean up the plastic dip off the rims, I mean, the car's pretty much done. I think it's ready for photos to be taken of it. This back wheel, I'm just gonna leave it. I feel like it'd be worse if you take a little bit of paint and kind of touch it up. I think I'm just gonna end up leaving it. You know, or have, you know, if they end up saying something, then maybe I could get the rim refinished or something like that, if I had to. But that's the only rim that's really bad on it. You know, but for the most part, the car came pretty clean. You guys saw the interior plenty of times, but the interior, very, very, very clean now. So let's get this thing out of the garage, take some photos of it, And then when the title comes in, he'll be ready to be listed. Just picked this one up today. This one is gonna need a new headlight. As you can see, this is all broken and whatnot. Bumper's cracked here. I don't know what that all is, but we'll get into this in the next video. And this thing only has 40,000 miles to 2002. So enough talk with that Sentra. Let's pop open this garage, get that Audi outside, and let's take some photos. After doing the wheels, taking off the plastic dip, and revealing this nice silver OEM color finish that came from the factory, looks a whole lot better than the black plastic dip that was on those guys. We did the interior, as you guys saw, did a full detail on the interior, did little things on the body here and there, like painting the plastic that was on the back on the trunk, which I actually did off camera. But little things like that. We got this thing finally done and ready to go and to get photos taken of it here shortly. So with all that being said, this Sentra will be coming up in another video here shortly. And if you guys can, please do me a favor. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, you can give me a dislike, it's okay. It'll help in the YouTube algorithm to boost my video up to the top so more people can see these videos. With that being said, thank you, and I'll see you guys next time.